Wasting your money on useless plugins that don't make you sound better because you haven't learned the actual principles? Don't waste your money on all the plugins. I was asked, how did I get the vocal sound on this video of a song demo that I did right here? On a serious note, plugins are sick, but if you're short on cash, strapped on money, you don't need to waste your money on plugins, and you can get 99% a great result, and it's all subjective anyways, off just stock plugins or the basics that you can buy from Antares and the other big name people. So if you do buy plugins, stick with what you got. Come on. It's tough out there. We need to buy food. But this is the vocal chain plug in and process for that song right here. So it looks like this little song that I did. Vocals were broken up in 3 sections. The intro, which was clean vocals, a part where I screamed, and then the chorus vocals. I've grouped them in to 3 like processing groups and multi-track tapes. Number 1 thing, easiest thing you can do to make your vocals sound better, double or triple or quadruple track. Learn how to double track vocals. There is a technique. I'm not an expert on it, but it makes your vocals sound 10 million times cooler and I guess better. But it takes a little practice. It's not something you can't learn. The clean intro vocals on this song, I double track. That makes it. Secondly to that, the next most important thing, or just as important as that, aligning them. I think the pros and the professionals will manually go in, and edit the vocals together. And really, honestly, a professional, amazing singer, you won't need that much editing because they're so good at double tracking. But I'm not that person, and a lot of bedroom people aren't either, and you don't have to be. But just, you're going to have to go in there and edit them. Or I have a plugin, one of the few plugins that I did buy, Vocal Align. I do a lot of these demos and a lot of just scratch stuff. So for me, it's worth the money to pay for the Vocal Align plugin. This plugin right here looks like this. It's worth it to me. It's not as pro as expertly going in and strategically placing your vocal alignments, but for demos and stuff, it's great. I love it. Great plugin, works great, does exactly what it does. For instruments, not as good, but for vocals, it's great. Other than that, I have here auto-tune on both of the takes in the front and just auto-tune. For this song, I did all of my processing on the bust down combination of the vocals. You can do it either way. Sometimes you may want to process the single multi-tracks at a time. Sometimes you may want to only process the bus. Sometimes you'll do some processing on the multis and then more processing on the bus. That's usually how it is. But on this song, probably for time, I just threw auto-tune on the 2 multis, the doubles, and then process the effects on the bus. And on the bus, I started with, these are all Antares Suite plugins, because I needed auto-tune, so I got the suite. It's a subscription. And for vocals, their plugin suite, I think, is better than Ableton stock. But it doesn't really matter. You could get by with the stock Ableton plugins, and they all do different things. And sometimes I will still use the stock Ableton plugins if I'm looking for something I can't get out of the Antares plugins. But the presets on these plugins are fantastic, especially for demo purposes. So the variable frequency de-esser in the first part, clean up the S's. I think this is how it's set up when you load it in. I don't care. It sounded good to me. The vocal EQ, low male, clean up low male vocals. Great preset. Didn't have to do anything. Love this EQ plugin for vocals. Love it for vocals. Don't use it for anything else, but for vocals, it sounds so great. The auto-tune vocal compressor, hold the valve preset. I think I adjusted maybe the mix But other than that, great preset. A little bit of their reverb, auto-tune reverb. Lush Hall, I adjusted the decay in the mix just for flavor, whatever sounded good. And then the tube saturator on the velvet setting at the end of the chain. I usually add the tube saturator at the end of my vocal chain, just to add a little bit of warmth. And if you're doing scream vocals, the crunch setting with the drive sounds freaking awesome. So the chorus vocals were pretty much the same, except I added the punch vocal impact enhancer right after the semblance. So that's second in line on the chorus vocals. It just adds a little more presence to me. And just adjust the impact setting to your liking. And then the scream I only did EQ, vocal compressor, and the tube saturator. I usually don't do auto-tune on screams and growls and shit. So really simple. Most of my demos, like I do these daily videos, are this exactly. I mean, I don't have this as a template, but I always find myself going to these plugins and then this kind of de-esser, impact, EQ, compressor, reverb, saturation. That always works good for me. And it's really simple. Don't go waste your money. It's all in the ear. It's all in 99% the tracking. I mean, I was not a singer. I don't claim to be a great singer, and it's something you can learn to do. Learn how to sing into the mic, learn pitch, practice your pitch, and learn how to double your vocals. And that's it. I mean, if you learn how to do those things, you can get by with barely any plugins. So there you go. Shout out to Brad. He wanted to see this. He asked me. Hope this guy gives you some inspiration. If anything, just start making music and make it happen. I hope you guys enjoyed that clip. I just want to let you know I've got music out. I release music probably on a quarterly basis, so go check out the latest song by my band Earl Shred's Twisted Ways. Or if you want to listen to some different music, all of my independently produced and made and mixed and mastered music is at Dalton Ponder on all streaming services. So check out Earl Shred's. That's professionally recorded music in a recording studio, not mixed and mastered by me. And if you want to listen to some EDM metal type music, check out Dalton Ponder on all streaming services. If you want a demo, you want a mix, you know, I do demos, $50. If it's just you and a guitar, $50. I'll mix up a demo for you. If you want some production, $100. I also travel and do live sound and fill in. I play the guitar, the drums, the bass, and the keys to a proficient degree. So if you know of a fill-in musician you need in the Texas area, or if you can afford me and you want me that bad to come travel, I will travel. And if you need live sound, I will travel and can either provide the sound equipment and mix, or can just show up to your gig and mix on your equipment. So I do all of these services. It's my living, my income. If you guys need any of these services, please think of me and I'll be happy to do it. Look forward to working with you guys and look forward to you checking out the music and hearing your feedback. Thank you.